In ancient Greece, there was a woman named Pandora, the first mortal woman, sculpted from clay by the gods. She was breathtaking, gifted with beauty by Aphrodite, charm by Hermes, and curiosity by the gods themselves. But along with her, the gods sent a sealed jar, a mysterious container she was told never to open. For a while, she obeyed. But curiosity burned inside her. The unknown whispered louder with each passing day. And one morning, unable to resist any longer, she lifted the lid. From the jar burst every kind of suffering the world had never known: disease, envy, greed, despair, deceit, all spilling into the world like smoke. Pandora tried to shut it, but it was too late. The damage was done. All that remained inside was one small, fragile thing: hope. Now, it's easy to judge Pandora, but really, what destroyed the world wasn't Pandora herself. It was her curiosity unchecked, her need to know what was inside the jar. But this video isn't about Greek mythology. It's about a new kind of jar that we all carry around. Not sealed clay, but glass and light. Not hidden in a room, but glued to our hands. We were warned about this jar. It could bring distraction, misinformation, vanity, even addiction. But like Pandora, we opened it anyway. And now, the consequences are everywhere. It's in our anxiety, our loneliness, and shortened attention spans. What was meant to connect us has begun to consume us. And it's even more sad that we didn't just open the box. We built it. It was Socrates who said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." But how do you examine a life that's constantly curated, interrupted, and consumed by this jar we opened? Before I tell you what the jar is, I want to draw a lesson from the painful reality of cancer. Usually, it begins quietly, invisibly, deep within the body. A single cell mutates, then another. Slowly, silently, it spreads. It doesn't announce itself with pain or panic. But here is the kicker. When you observe it critically, the tragedy of cancer isn't just in its power. It's in its betrayal. It takes the cells meant to give us life and rewires them to destroy us from within. It turns our body against us. And by the time we recognize the signs, it's usually too late. In the same way, social media began with good intentions. It was meant to connect us, to bridge distance, to build communities, to bring the world closer. It started as something natural, even hopeful. But over time, it changed. It mutated. What was once a tool has become a toxin. What once mirrored our lives now magnifies our insecurities. What once felt like a network now tightens like a noose. And what does it feed on? Your attention, your comparison, an insatiable need to be seen. We scroll, not to find truth, but to numb discomfort, to escape boredom, to silence fear. Yet, science has proven that the more we scroll, the more anxious we become. Re-echoing the words of Epictetus, man is not worried by real problems so much as by his imagined anxieties about real problems. And today, we manufacture those imagined anxieties, amplify and even monetize them with what we call media. And it's not just humans who are losing themselves to screens. Even animals, creatures guided by instinct, not ego, are getting caught in the web. Cats swiping at tablets, dogs tilting their heads at TV sounds, parrots mimicking video call voices, then craving those interactions like they're real.
Hello?
Hello?
Their instincts, once sharpened for survival, are being redirected toward screens. And what about our children? Toddlers now cry endlessly unless given a screen. They reject toys. They lose interest in faces. They stop responding to touch. Some don't know how to play without digital input, as if imagination itself has been outsourced. And you see, when even instincts bow to algorithms, then we know we've crossed into dangerous territory. Like cancer, The damage may not be fully reversible, but it can be managed. The first step is recognition. The second is resistance. We won't delete the digital world, but we can disrupt its control. Through digital fasting, we can reclaim space. We can take back our attention from screens and give it to silence, to nature, to real connection. We must learn to use media as a tool again, not as a mirror or master. Of course, it is the popular thing today, but like Jiddu Krishnamurti said, it is no measure of health to be well adjusted to a profoundly sick society, even though that's exactly what most people are doing. But the longer we do, the harder it becomes to remember what life without it even felt like. Once, a girl named Pandora changed the world by lacking self-control. Today, we are changing ourselves by not controlling our desires to be involved in the media. But this video is your reminder to fight back. You can take your attention back.
Do like this video and subscribe to this channel. See you in the next video. Cheers!